Hello, my friends. Happy summer solstice. And a reminder, we've got friends to help you out in a jam at soulmart.me. Like our newest practitioner, Bernadette Morgan, all the way in England, helping you with a 30-minute power shot. Jam through your troubles with Bernadette. Or maybe just a quick 15-minute read with Master One Feather, our expert psychic. Or perhaps you're looking for your destiny. How about DJ David Palmer? He'll give you an astrological destiny reading, all at soulmart.me.
Soul Garden.
Hello, opposites, Scorpio. Welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki, and I want to remind you we've got a place that is a loving space on the internet called soulgarden.me. Come on down. We got Dalva running the whole ship for the Scorpions, protecting you, friends you can run elbows with, and for light workers out there, come on down. We're trying to unite. Now, it is a sensitive month, really, for everyone on the planet. Really, our emotions are catching up to us. The sun is in Cancer, which means everyone is resolving their emotions somewhere. Fortunately for Scorpios, which is kind of unique, emotions for you are very philosophical. So a Scorpio will respond to a certain emotional situation based on their beliefs, based on their philosophies, and it happens in an instant of a second. So when you manage your beliefs, you inevitably manage your emotions. Or when you manage your emotions, you inevitably have the freedom to change what you believe. But you have to change both your emotions and your beliefs when you're a Scorpio. All right. Now, that said, you'll be doing some major changes this week. In fact, on Monday, there's a chance of storms. There will be a Uranus breakdown on Monday. The moon will actually be in Virgo, so you might be feeling this publicly. You might be feeling this out in the world. You might be feeling vulnerable in the world. It might be a friendship that actually triggers this, but it is a breakdown of something you once believed in, either a part of yourself or a legacy you thought you would be on, or you thought something had meaning and purpose and it turned out to be meaningless. It's a letdown, a bummer, if you will. And because of you and emotion, it's going to definitely be emotional. The moon itself, again, is in Virgo, so it's likely that it's also tied to some sort of public thing, friendship, or maybe it comes from a friend, or that sort of thing. So there's a little bit of emotional burp around friends. The point is to find a new context. Whatever context you were in before sets you up for failure. You were walking into the situation just assuming or emotionally thinking nothing could touch them, or you walked in skeptical, so no wonder it went down. What was your emotional context when you walked into the situation that breaks down? That's really the question to ask oneself on Monday. On Tuesday, it's a bit of a cloudy day. I think you're going to be partly cloudy and pensive. Mercury rules the day, so you're processing, you are seeking out information, you're maybe doing some research. Now, this may all be unfolding in search of a true meaning and purpose in your life. You might be seeing this much bigger picture than small beliefs letting you down. That is possible. People do education transits during this particular time. People switch religions during this particular time. All that applies. But in chapter 1, it's really about where our own personal beliefs with ourselves are supporting our intentions or not supporting our intentions, and ridding ourselves of that. So you're processing again on Tuesday. With Mercury ruling the day and the moon in Virgo, you're going to be really articulate with friends. You're going to be very political. You're going to be very persuasive in the world. So if you've got any repair work to do, good day to do it. But cautious of this. At one point during the day, the moon will cross over Mars. And when the moon crosses Mars, there's going to be a flare-up of emotion, a flare-up of aggression. Hopefully you're on stage giving a speech at this hour and not talking to a friend that dissed you. But the point is you're going to feel a bit of an emotional flare-up as you're processing on Tuesday. On Wednesday, things chill out just a bit and they go cloudy for you. Partly cloudy, certainly introverted. The moon moves into Libra, and that means emotions move underground for you. Now, interestingly enough, we're going to be talking about this. Saturn moves direct on Wednesday. Saturn has been retrograde for nearly 6 months. Saturn has been in Libra for nearly 2.5 years. And now Saturn moving direct means Scorpios are going to wrap up between now and their birthday their inner karma with their fate or their life or their subconscious sabotages. This is the ending of some very old weeds that you've been harboring for probably 30 years or more, depending on your age. That said, when emotions go into Libra on Wednesday, whatever you're dealing with philosophy and beliefs might feel a lot heavier. Okay, the heavier is the baggage and karma you need to leave behind, not necessarily not necessarily your religious choice you just made. So I'm just putting that out there. and knowing that it's time to take responsibility and move forward to end the karma. On Thursday, I think you're going to really have clarity. Neptune rules the day. And so with the placement of where things are, I think you're going to be in tune to really get, your gut is going to speak to you about which way to go or not go, and what is the righteous path for yourself. Also with Moon in Libra and having crossed Saturn, I think you're going to have some inner faith will return. Perhaps you feel the path you need to move forward. And that's what Saturn's going to empower you to do, is literally move forward. The other interesting tidbit of the day is Venus actually moves direct on this day. I got it wrong in the last scope. I apologize, my craziness. But Venus direct, all right, this means that you will begin to move forward with a whole new boundary procedure, period. Okay, what you do best. And Jupiter's in this space too, which means as Scorpios are willing to change their boundaries and think outside their normal boundary box, fortune will come, opportunity will come. I think in this early stages, we're talking about boundaries with yourself. Okay, what you will or will not allow yourself to do, whether or not you will face the karma or not face the karma, that's a boundary. So the boundary shifting in Venus direct means you'll now begin to receive payment from the universe or reward when you go forward with the appropriate boundaries you know you need to have. So that's good news, I believe, anyways. Then comes Friday. On Friday, actually, I think you should feel pretty good. Saturn rules the day. The moon moves into Scorpio. Sunny and cool for the officers of the zodiac. Saturn is going to give you that strength to go ahead and decide what you don't believe in, what you're not going to go to for school, what you're not going to put meaning and purpose in life anymore. So Saturn gives you a lot of strength to go ahead and cut and run like you need to. The other part of the day, which is the moon in your sign, you are charismatic. Your ego's back online. Whatever you want to repair, whatever you want to do, do it. You're going to be feeling pretty good for the next 2 days. And the third thing is we have an interesting temporary soul pyramid that happens between your ego, Neptune in Pisces, which is your inner child, and the sun, which is boundaries. So I think what's going to happen on Friday is this decision that you make is going to unite your personal dreams, move forward with what your inner child really wants. It's going to step forward in your it's going to step forward in your new belief structure and where you want to go, and your ego is going to feel good about it. With the moon in Scorpio, you're going to feel strong. So powerful day on Friday. On Saturday, it gets aggressive. So if you have not done your work all week, you're going to feel like shift on Friday. On Saturday, Mars rules the day, so it's a day of taking action. In your case, it's about stepping into this new philosophy or seeking out what it is you actually do want to put meaning and purpose into, or finding another college as a result. But putting it into action is what it's about. And if you don't take some action somewhere, especially with the moon in your sign, you could overreact. So there is a propensity for acting out. I should put the rest of the world on a stinger alert because people might get stung by a Scorpio who's not doing their shift. All right, that's it. Then finally, Sunday, we're kind of sliding into home base energetically. It's sort of nice. The moon in Sagittarius does shift emotions to your soul capital, so your productivity or how valuable you feel or don't feel. But that epicenter of your emotions there actually creates another quick soul pyramid in fire this time. And so on Sunday, you're going to start to feel what you're worth or not worth. You're going to start to think ahead to what this means for your career. All right. And on the other hand, Uranus and Aries, you're going to see the new lifestyle breaking. All right. So it's a new lifestyle, it's a new value, and it's a new, perhaps, career direction for you on Sunday that you're feeling, probably from the result of adopting a new philosophy or stepping away from the old one. All right. I think that wraps it up, Scorpio. That's all I have for this particular week. Good luck with all that. Chapter 1's the hardest, but I'll be back in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.